Welcome back to Pushing Technology to the Limit. Sage TV and the digital lifestyle. If anybody has been doing searches for Sage TV on the internet, there's a lot of things that are going on about Sage TV right now because of their TV guide shutting down. Now, let me explain what Sage TV does in the first place. Sage TV is a piece of software that installs on your Windows PC. And you also can buy add-ons like, well, you can't do it anymore because they're out of business, or they sold their company, which was a bad idea. Too bad that they'd done that. So, you install this piece of software on your computer, and it's basically a DVR, and a lot of other functionalities too. Like years ago when I got it, I could watch YouTube videos, different clips on the internet, the Weather Channel, watch live TV, and also record TV. And you could also put in, well, I had 3 TV tuner cards installed on my PC at the time. But now, what I used the Sage TV for was for watching some TV, but I'm not a typical TV watcher. I have my own movies that I like to watch. And that's what I'm going to tell you about some of the features of this Sage TV system I have. And other people have it too. And so what I've done is I've bought a Sage TV media extender. It's actually a little box that you buy for your TV, which, like I've said, you can't buy them anymore because they're out of business. They sold it to Google. I don't remember when they've done that, but it's a shame they did because it's an awesome setup. Out of all the media devices I've tried out there, Sage TV was one of the best systems out there for DVRs. As of right now, in 2017, Google shut down the TV service. And, well, the TV guide service, I mean, you can still record TV and all that. And actually today I'm going to show you how to fix it. If you are not one that watches an awful lot of TV like myself, basically when I watch TV on Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's about all I watch, and a few others during the season. There's some shows that I like to watch on PBS, but not much. So, basically one of the other features that this Sage TV allows you to do is take like downloaded media. You can, well, like what I've done is I've converted my VHS tapes into an MPG format. Now, I can't go into what the formats mean, but basically I'm able to watch my videotapes without the DVD player or my VCR. It's all on the hard drive. Now, I'll show you my setup in a little bit. The other cool feature that I still use this system for is DVDs. Now, I have a system on my computer that can actually make, now like I've said, I don't know what this the file stands for, but it's called a WOB or VOB or VOB, or I can't remember how you say it. Doesn't mean a thing to me, really. All I need to know is that that's the format I need to run it on my Sage player. And it actually makes a replica of my disc that is only playable. You cannot use it for anything else, which I don't care. But it's a sweet piece of software. Now, the only drawback to doing something like this is for the fact that if your network goes down, your TV doesn't work. But I also got a lot of other things to explain to you about the digital lifestyle. This is not just on Sage TV, but in my house, I'm tapeless, DVD-less, and CD-less. Now, I have CDs, DVDs, and VCR tapes. But they're just used for storage. And if anything goes wrong with my DVD, like for my videotapes, because I have all my tapes on DVD now, I can go back and recopy my tapes back to DVD. And the other thing that I have installed is a T-Versity server. Now that also works with some players. Now I'm going to tell you something. I do not know what this means. I've looked it up so I could figure out for myself. But while I'm shooting this video, I'm not looking it up, and I'm just going to tell you the abbreviations for it. It's called a DLNA server. Don't ask me what that means. Look it up for yourself. That is DLNA. And it's a pretty neat piece of equipment or software and device, because also there's devices out there that use this, and I have a bunch of them. And I have radios that are DLNA. Alarm clocks, and I actually am going to show you a couple of my systems that I have running right now that play music. And if you've watched my other videos in the past about TV and things, I described and told you about that. We receive pitiful radio reception here and TV reception. Now it's A-OK, but when the weather goes bad, it goes all the way. So I'm actually going to show you the TV that I got running now. And I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of stuff on how I got it all set up, but I'm just going to show you what the functionality is of this system. Now here on my computer, I have the Sage TV software open, and there's another one in the background, which is my T-Versity software, and it's a halfway decent piece of software. Now this is the free version, but I also could go and do an upgrade and use it on another TV streaming device. But I've never needed it for that. I only use it for my radios. So anyways, right now, the way my system is set up, I can still access the TV guide. I don't know if you can see that from here. I'm going to also show you on my big TV set itself. So, let me get back here. The only problem with my computer is, now I don't think it's the computer, but it's just, it requires a different kind of a player. And it doesn't seem to work, except for the installed, like, MPG player. So, right here are some of my recordings, whether it's VCR tapes or DVDs. So the ones that have the thumbnails on it, that have little pictures, they're actually the MPG videos. So I can actually play them. Let's see here. Let's do Running Red. So there you can actually see, I'm not sure if you can see it good enough, but I actually can play a video right on my computer. So I can just click stop. Now if I play my DVD, now this is the DVD symbol, it has a disc symbol. Anything that is a VHS format or a TV recording, it just shows up as a thumbnail. So on my DVD, I can click resume or start over, but it will show me an error because there's no player that will play this kind of format on this computer, and I don't know what it would be to fix that, and I don't care really. So now I am in front of my TV, and you can see Sage recordings. And I've got some recordings in there. And if I go to Program Guide, I don't know if you can see it too well, but it has all the titles of what's on TV. Let me zoom up for you. So I'm not sure if you can see that too well, even with zooming up. So basically, it's telling me all the shows I've got in my my TV guide. Now, the only problem with this, and this is what the problem is that this is no longer coming off the internet. Because if I let's see if I can do this. Alright, so like if I go to Tuesday, there's no data. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like I used to be able to get data because it came off the internet. But since they don't support that anymore, all this does is this is coming off the aerial itself. And it's okay for me, but if I want to see what's on tomorrow, I can't. I can see what's on for this evening, but that's about it. And there's a fix to this, to make it do this, which nobody else is showing you how to do it. And I've looked at this myself. So let me get back to my my media center here. And of course I've got, you know, music, photos, and videos, which I don't use the music or photos section of this system. I just have videos. So like I can go all year and action. So I clicked on Rocky. Let's see here. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so there's, well, I'm going to show you that where it's, I'm going to play another one that we've had, which is Nowhere to Run. And, whoops. Alright. So I can play a video. One of those files like I can on my computer. So when I go down to Rocky 1, I can hit play, and there it comes up. Now the only thing with this, let's see here, you can hear a little bit of it in the background. So it has to go through its main, like, now you can see the menus here. So I can go to scene selection and pick the one I want to get. And it runs basically like a physical DVD, but it's not. It's on my computer. So I can just click play movie, just like on a DVD, but I don't have to worry about this scratching or malfunction of the DVD player, or even if the DVD player breaks down and the DVD gets locked in my player and I have to go and force the machine open. I don't have to go for that anymore. So basically that's what the Sage player does, is that it can play full-blown DVDs however I have them down on my computer. And that's basically like Jurassic Park. I can do the same thing with Jurassic Park. And so it's a really nice system, and I still use this part of the system. I don't do anything with the TV part really hardly anymore. So, you know, this is a great little unit, but I'm not going to update it or anything like that. And so here's a menu selection that you can pick and choose from. And I don't remember why they had to have this, but the DTS part doesn't work with this player. So I just hit that and it just starts playing. So anyways, that's basically what the Sage player does for me. It's too bad that they don't have this anymore. I wish they did. I don't know if I told you which version I'm using. I'm using 6. That's the one, I don't remember which one they had before this. Might have been 5, but this is the one I bought when I bought the system. And let me take you down to the basement and show you what's going on there. So this is my Dell. This is my server. This is the unit that has the T-Versity installed on it and the Sage TV server. Now let me show you the back. So right here you can see the coaxial antenna inputs, and they have cable on them right now. Now this is not cable TV. This is just aerial. And here's some more shots of the unit. It has the Ethernet and different things in it. And let me show you the Sage player now. So here is the Sage TV player. It's a nice construction. It's heavy, it's metal, and it has cross ventilation. Let me show you the sides of the unit now. So as I turn it to the side, you can see the actual, well, it's kind of hard to see here. Here we go. Alright. So you can see the ventilation on this side of the unit. So if I go to the other side, you can see that there's ventilation on this side too. So this is cross ventilation. This is a perfect unit. This is designed really well and is meant to last. And some of the stuff that I've seen today coming out on market, all the ventilation is on the bottom. That's just so that it will die sooner, so you have to buy another box. And this unit is pretty nice because it has USB in the front right here, and it has USB in the back. I really have not figured out what that is supposed to do, if that's for storage. I do know a keyboard and mouse works in it, or just a keyboard, not a mouse really, because I've connected a wireless keyboard to it, and I can do searches on it. So let me go upstairs and show you how to fix the TV guide on the Sage player. Alright, so when you're on your main screen of your Sage software, now whether it's on your computer or it's on your television set, you can always go to setup. Doesn't matter where you want to do it. Just with the if you do it on your TV and you want to watch a movie, like one of your videotapes or DVDs that you have saved, it won't. It might allow you. I don't know. I never tried it. I always let it go through its system, but I always do the video setup on my computer. So right here is my TV tuner card, and if I click it, I just tell it to remove source. Yes. So now there's no TV tuner cards in the Sage server. So I gotta add new. And actually, here's the two video cards I've got installed on my computer. And I go to Digital TV Tuner. Okay, go to Continue. And use tuner card let's see, use tuner on capture card to tune antenna broadcast. You don't want cable unless you have cable. Now here where it says, you know, use US Canada or XML TV guide, you don't want to use any of these anymore, or the TV service. This is no longer existing. So I say do not use program guide data with its source. And let's see here. Well, I'll just click yes. And so now it's saying the scan for channels. And I say start full system scan. So now it's going to go through and look for all the available channels in my area. And like I've said, it won't. It'll have TV guide, but it will not be the same anymore. So while that is scanning, I want to show you some other things about the digital lifestyle. So up here on my shelf, I have an Untitled MP3 internet streaming system. It can listen to radio online or my MP3 files on my server. And this one is for the stereos in the house. Now the one I just showed you before actually goes to the outside stereo system I have. And actually the stereo is inside the house, but speakers are on the outside. Now this one, Grace Radio, is a real nice unit, and I actually got it running to show you that it's working perfectly. I don't know if you can see the text on that screen or not. But then I also have the old school VCR, which is only for transferring videotapes. So when you and this also has internet radio capabilities too. And actually, I like the Grace tuner better than any of the other radios that I've tried or I have in my home. Like the Untitled, for instance. This Grace radio actually has a real decent job of shuffling and repeating your audio. And I've got over, well, I don't remember how many audio files I've got now, but I've got too many to count. And let me show you the file system I have set up for the radio and the television. So right here on my computer, I have a drive set up for each thing. So I got one that's called DVD Movies, Sage TV, which is my recordings for the television, and VCR tapes. And then I also have one that's called Audio Recording, which is basically my MP3 files that I play on my radio. So if we go to the DVD drive, I'll show you my this. So every time you see a category on my TV, like action, animated, different things like that, British Broadcasting Company, which is the England TV shows, I can click one of these. So here are all the ones. So like I was looking at Jurassic Park on my television and Rocky 1. So if I click that, it has video underscore TS. Now look at all these files. These are about 4 gig, and between 4 gigabytes and 8 gigabyte DVDs, depending on if it's a dual layer or single layer, which this is a single layer DVD. And this holds the menus and all the extra features that are on a DVD. Now if one of those files, which I've had happen, get corrupt, you miss parts of your DVD. So that's not too good of an idea, but I wish it was just one file, but I can't pick and choose. So if I go back over to VCR tapes, and I click, so like I'll do all year. Basically, like I said, it's the same file system as what I have on my DVDs. And let's see here. So you can see that these are just single files, and each one is an individual movie. And some are Windows Media, and some are MPEG. And the MPEG ones which are the yellow ones, compared to the Windows Media. These are a higher quality movie, and when you look at it on the TV, they're not pixelated like the Windows Medias are. And these are some of the ones that I've recorded off TV. And I just basically wanted to get rid of. I didn't want my recordings, the ones I saved off the TV, mixed in my DVDs, because it's basically an analog video where you just play analog. With a DVD, it's more of a it's interactive. The DVDs are interactive discs, which the TV recordings and the videotapes are not interactive. So it's a pretty sweet setup that I've got here. I've enjoyed it for years. So if I go over to audio recordings and go up to music services, and well, let's see here. Now these are I don't know if you can see these too good, but I have all year, mixed CDs, and seasonal. And so with the mixed CDs, which is the way I listen to most of my music now, the all year and seasonal are basically the single CDs that I have. So whatever group I want to have. So let me click on one. Let me go to all year. So yes, you can see I've got children on there because I have some of my children's LPs. Yes, I had records, and I enjoy listening to some of those from time to time when I get a kick to do so. And I have, bluegrass, children, choir and orchestra, instrumental relaxing. I've separated those because I wanted ones that were just for relaxing purposes. So when I need to relax and take a chill, I can do so. And then I got movie and other. So movie and other are basically whatever I not classified as the other ones. So like I have a few country albums, rock and roll, and movies. So I have a couple of movies I like to listen to their music on. Instead of having to watch the movie, I can just listen to it. So on to the mixed CDs. Now this is a different setup that I have, and I know this is kind of overboard of what you guys probably want to see, but I wanted to give you a general overview of the digital lifestyle that I have, and I enjoy. And I highly recommend this over any CD player, because even with the boom boxes, well, exchangers I should say. I mean, some of the boom boxes do have CD exchangers, but the one I had was a 6-disc CD exchanger, and it made a lot of racket. And it just, to me, I didn't see how that thing could last with it shuffling between disc to disc. And it didn't make a lot of sense to wear out the DVD or the CD player. Excuse me, CD player. So on here, I'm going to click on one of my albums here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's called All Albums, and I have another one that's called All Christmas, which I do not have highlighted. And that's basically, this is all years, and the All Christmas is just all Christmas albums. No all year in there. So basically I've got, different albums, and it's hard to see because it's in, let me change the view. It's in detail mode. So let me put it in titles. So here are all of my CDs mixed together. So when my player plays it, it shuffles them perfectly. Whatever player I have, whether it's a Realtek or Grace, I've got hours. I think I've got almost about, I don't know, probably 1 or 2 months worth of music right here. If you were to listen to it 24 hours a day. And that's basically, and these are basically just copies of mixed in. And so on this Sage TV, or not, excuse me, I was just looking at the Sage TV. On the T-Versity player, I can go to the library, and then I've got different. Well, actually, my pictures and my videos are defaults. I selected G Music Server. So if you can see that highlighted right there. So anytime when I go to another radio, I got one over here on the side I can show you. So basically I have this a Realtek alarm clock. A very nice unit. You can wake up to your MP3 audio collection instead of having to listen to the stinky FM radio. Or I like internet radio, but this particular unit, I have not seen a live radio like the Grace radio has. Now, the Grace radio is a totally different system, and there's some pros and cons about that. And I know I'm kind of totally off the subject of Sage TV, but this really all basically has to do with a digital lifestyle that if you are wanting to do something like this, and I know my computers are old, it's just the operating system. I use the older Windows XP operating system because it's stable. I don't have to worry about it crashing on me. And when you rely on a computer, you need to have a stable operating system, whatever it is. I don't care if it's Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. If it's not stable, this bad boy, at least this alarm clock, if the server doesn't show up, at least it goes right back to its default alarm, which is just some kind of noise, which is kind of annoying, but at least it wakes you up. So anyways, let me get going on this. So I go over to music, and let's see here. So I got the, I don't know if you can see it too well, but it says T-Versity Media Server Studio, which is my computer name on the network. And I just click that. Let's see if you can, alright. So it says Studio TV-Versity, or T-Versity Media Server. And I always go down the folders. I don't care about the other stuff I have on there. I don't use it. I want to go right to my folders because this is the way I categorized it myself. So then I can go down to mix CDs. And yes, these look wacky to you because this is my customization. So A period Y means all year. So if I want to go down to like all albums, I can do that. I don't know if you can see it too well. Or I got all Christmas albums. And I got CH Mass all year albums. Means that that's Christmas and all year. So I can play Christmas and all year music. If it's Christmas time and I want to have a good mix, this is the way I go. Now, customization is always going to be depending on the user. Now, you're not going to be me, and I'm not going to be you. So there's no wrong way to organize your music or your DVDs or your VHS tapes that are on your computer. Well, I waited too long, so it goes back to the default, which is the clock. And I'll go back down to folders. Music server, mix CDs. I'm going to choose all year albums. And let's pick something here. Let's see here. Now, this, like I said, this might not be your favorite music, but let's see here. So basically, that's the music that comes off the server. Actually, this is a nice, pretty good radio. I like it, but it doesn't have any bass. If you like to have a lot of bass, I'd say a stereo would be better for you. But to me, for an alarm clock, this isn't bad. Well, let me get down here so it won't blow me out of the water when I get out of in the morning. Anyhow, that's the radio, how that works, and that's basically all these radios. Is they just connect up to your network. So let me get back to the Sage TV server. So now the thing has found 31 TV channels, which is all crap basically because I don't like what's on network television, but hey, for the Christmas season it's not bad, or Thanksgiving, or just a few of my shows like I've said earlier that I like. So you can click done, or you can add, or say like you don't like 3.1. I can choose to not to have it show up in the list of channels that I have. Or if you get more channels, you can always do a fresh channel scan, which I've done, and this unit actually adds more channels as they come online. But like I said, I don't do an awful lot of TV watching to make this worth fussing over to get a TV guide for it. It would be nice, but my feeling is if there was something worth on TV watching, I would probably have more of a fit. But since I don't watch hardly anything on TV, I watch DVDs, it doesn't matter. So now I got two, but I'm not going to get into the whole thing. With setting up the other one. That's basically how you do it. And you just click back to the main menu. And then when you click on Program Guide, there are all your programs. Now, like I've said, and this is exactly what happens on the TV, is that it'll say no data. But if you tell your Sage TV server not to use an XML guide, you'll get a download from the TV antenna itself. Now, like Channel 5, and 5.1 and 2, and then there's another one, do not have any programming. Let's see here. 24.3 has no data associated with it. And that's the TV station itself. That's not my computer. That's just because they didn't put anything on there, however they send their encoding to your TV set, or your TV tuner, in this case, in a computer. So basically this fixes your TV guide issue. Now I know I've gone over a lot of other things that might interest you, but might not. I can't tell, but this is just what I've done to enjoy TV and videos again. I don't have to go through a big pile of DVDs and say, what do I need now, or what I want to find something new, or what I haven't seen. Well, this I can just go in and, well, like I said, for example, for like online services, it has, well, doesn't work anymore now, but it used to be able to watch YouTube videos, Google video, weather, and the weather doesn't work anymore. Well, asking me to configure it. Let's see if it will work for the demonstration. Let's see here. Let's see here on. So I'll just do my next city, which is 14850. So I can do that. And yeah, I'll see if that works. Okay. Continue. I say it doesn't work. It says null because they are not supporting this software anymore. Like for YouTube, for instance, if I try to go to something, most viewed, nothing. So basically they have outdated all the internet stuff. Which, I mean, it was nice at the time when they had it, but I haven't really missed it. I mean, I do like the media center where I can play my music if I wanted to on my TV, or like in my computer I can actually play DVD off my DVD player, which is not necessary because I've got everything right here in my folders. And I also got new additions, so like if I add a new video, like I've got, some different things for the Christmas season I've added, I can get those quickly without having to dig through a whole pile of stuff. I hope that helps you solve your TV guide problem. And if you have questions about digital lifestyles and you want to get into this, look me up. I have, Facebook. You can look at Pushing Technology to the Limit on Facebook. There's a group. You can actually email me on Facebook. You can look me up under Tony Pushing Tech. That is TEC. I couldn't put technology on Facebook. I don't use my last name, but I wanted to just make it unique from everything else. So it's Tony Pushing Tech. That's TEC. So I'll look forward to helping you online if you need any help. And I'm willing to give you my phone number if you want to be able to talk, but just send me an email requesting a call, and I will send you my phone number and extension to get in. And sometime I will post my phone number up online so you can give me a call, but not right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time on Pushing Technology to the Limit. Have a great day.